Hello and welcome to I Talkie English, the podcast that helps you speak English with confidence. I'm your host, Sam, and today we're tackling a topic that so many learners find tricky: how to talk about yourself. You know, in job interviews, when you meet new people, or even just in casual chats, it can feel a bit awkward, right? To help us out, we have a very special guest today. She's an amazing English teacher with years of experience helping students find their voice. Welcome to the show, Chloe.
Hi, Sam. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. And hello to all the listeners.
We're excited to have you. So, Chloe, let's dive right in. Why do you think so many English learners feel, well, a bit stuck when someone asks, "So, tell me about yourself"?
That's a great question. I think it comes down to a few things. First, there's the fear of making a grammar mistake. Second, you might not know what to share or what's appropriate. And third, the phrases you learn in textbooks can sound a bit unnatural or robotic.
That makes total sense. You want to sound like a real person, not a robot repeating sentences.
Exactly. The goal today is to give you some simple, natural-sounding phrases that native speakers actually use, so you can relax and just have a conversation.
Awesome. Okay, let's get into our first phrase. This is usually the first thing people ask: where you're from. What's a good way to answer that, Chloe?
A really common and flexible phrase is, I'm originally from, and then you add your city or country. For example, I'm originally from Brazil, but I live in London now.
Why originally from? What does that add?
It's great because it tells two parts of your story in one sentence: where you were born or grew up, and that you live somewhere different now. It invites more conversation.
Right, it's a conversation starter. Let's hear it in a mini dialogue. I'll start. Hey, I'm Sam. Nice to meet you. I don't think we've met before.
Hi, Sam. I'm Chloe. It's great to meet you too.
Your accent is lovely. Where are you from?
Thanks. I'm originally from Kyoto, but I've been living in New York for the last 5 years.
Oh, wow, Kyoto. I've always wanted to go. See? Simple and natural. Okay, listeners, let's practice. Repeat after Chloe.
I'm originally from Kyoto, but I've been living in New York for 5 years.
Great job. Okay, next up, the classic question. What do you do? How can we answer this without just saying, I am a...
I am a is perfectly fine, but if you want to add a bit more detail, you can use I work in, followed by the industry, or I'm a, followed by your job title. A great combination is to say both. For example, I work in marketing. I'm a social media manager for a tech company.
That gives so much more information. Let's try the dialogue. So, Chloe, what do you do?
I work in education. I'm an English teacher, mainly helping intermediate learners with their conversation skills.
That's fascinating. It must be really rewarding. Perfect. Now it's your turn to practice. Repeat after Chloe.
I work in marketing. I'm a social media manager for a tech company.
Fantastic. Okay, so we've covered where you're from and what you do. What about hobbies and interests? How do we talk about what we like without sounding like a textbook?
Instead of just I like, which is fine, a more enthusiastic and natural phrase is I'm really into. It shows you have a real passion for something. You can say, I'm really into hiking, or I'm really into vintage films.
I like that. I'm really into. It has a nice energy. Let's do a mini dialogue. So, what do you do for fun, Chloe?
Well, I'm really into photography at the moment. I love taking pictures of city life on the weekends.
Oh, cool. Anywhere interesting recently?
Yeah, I explored the Old Market District last Saturday. The light was amazing.
See how that opens up the conversation? Okay, listeners, let's practice that key phrase. Repeat after Chloe.
I'm really into photography. I'm really into hiking.
Excellent. Now, sometimes in networking or job interviews, people want to know what you are doing now. What project or task is taking up your time? What's a good phrase for that?
A fantastic processional-sounding phrase is, right now I'm focusing on, and then you name the project or task. It shows that you are proactive and goal-oriented. For instance, right now I'm focusing on launching a new website for our company.
That sounds very professional. Let's hear it in a conversation. So, Chloe, what's new with you at work?
Things are busy. Right now, I'm focusing on developing a new online course for advanced speakers.
Oh, that's a big project. How's it going?
It's challenging but really exciting. We're hoping to launch it next quarter.
Brilliant. Okay, everyone, let's get that phrase down. Repeat after Chloe.
Launching a new website.
You're doing great. Okay, we have a couple more. What about a more general phrase to describe how you use your time? Maybe a mix of work and hobbies.
For that, you can use, I spend a lot of my time. This is so flexible. You could say, I spend a lot of my time writing code, but I try to get outdoors on the weekends. It gives a balanced picture of your life.
I really like how that connects two different parts of life. Let's try it out. So, what have you been up to lately, Chloe?
Oh, I spend a lot of my time preparing lessons, but I've also been trying to learn how to play the guitar.
No way, the guitar. That's awesome. Are you any good?
Not yet, but I can play a few chords. It's fun.
Okay, practice time. Let's hear it. Repeat after Chloe.
I spend a lot of my time preparing lessons. But I've been trying to learn the guitar.
Okay, our final phrase for today. This one is super casual and great for when someone asks what you did over the weekend or just what you do in your free time.
Yes, this one is, when I'm not working, I'm usually, and then add your hobby. It's a really smooth way to transition from work talk to personal interests. When I'm not working, I'm usually out trying new cafes.
I love that one. It's so relaxed. Okay, mini dialogue time. Hey, Chloe, you look relaxed. Did you have a good weekend?
I did, thanks. When I'm not working, I'm usually reading in the park if the weather's nice.
That sounds lovely. Reading anything good?
Yeah, actually, I just started a new novel by a British author. It's the kind of book you can't really put down.
Oh, nice. I love books like that. I'm more of a nonfiction person myself, but I've been trying to read more novels lately.
That's a great idea. Reading fiction is such a good way to pick up natural phrases and expressions.
Exactly. And did you see how easy that transition was? We started with the weekend, moved to hobbies, and suddenly we're having a real conversation.
Yes, that's the key thing for our listeners to remember. You don't need anything impressive to say. You just need a simple, natural sentence to keep things flowing.
All right, last practice round for today. Repeat this wonderful phrase after Chloe.
When I'm not working, I'm usually reading in the park.
Those were great for talking about what we do. But another area that can feel a bit sensitive is talking about our future plans or ambitions. It's that tricky balance of wanting to share your dreams without sounding like you're bragging or being unrealistic.
That's so true, Sam. It can be a real challenge. A great phrase that is both humble and confident is, I'm hoping to, followed by your goal. It expresses ambition, but in a soft, approachable way. For example, you could say, I'm hoping to get a promotion in the next year.
That's a very useful phrase. It's optimistic, but not arrogant. Let's hear it in a dialogue. So, what are your plans for the future, Chloe?
Well, in the short term, I'm hoping to launch my new online course. Long term, I'm hoping to write a book for English learners.
That's fantastic. It's always great to have clear goals. Now, what about our past? Sometimes people ask about previous jobs or experiences. How can we talk about that without giving a long, boring history?
Right. A short, confident answer invites the other person to ask a follow-up question. This creates a natural back and forth rhythm. Also, remember to smile. It changes the tone of your voice and makes you sound friendlier and more relaxed.
That's a great point. Okay, everyone, here is your mission for this week. I want you to choose just one of the phrases we practiced today, just one, and your challenge is to use it in a real English conversation.
It could be with a colleague, a language exchange partner, or a friend. The next time someone asks you about yourself, be ready with your phrase.
Exactly. Don't worry about being perfect. The goal is just to try it. Well, that's all we have for today. Chloe, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us. This was incredibly valuable.
It was my pleasure, Sam. To everyone listening, remember that learning a language is a journey. Be kind to yourself. Keep practicing, and don't be afraid to talk about the most interesting person you.
Perfectly said. And to our amazing listeners, thank you for tuning in to I Talkie English. And if you enjoyed this episode and want to keep improving your English with real conversations like this, make sure to subscribe to I Talkie English and like this video. It really helps the channel grow. Take on the speaking challenge, and we'll see you next time. Happy speaking!